now we will broadcast for you the news in English on Radio Free Syria.
Welcome to our news hour in English. I am Marwan Kadro and I'll be with you during this news hour from Radio Free Syria. We will start this time with the headlines. The local coordination committees in Syria. By the end of the day, Saturday, the local coordination committees in Syria was able to verify 148 marchers, among them 9 women and 35 children, and 1 killed during torture. 74 in Aleppo, 40 in Damascus and its suburbs, 8 in Idlib, 7 in Hama, 6 in Raqqa, 4 in Homs, 3 in Deir ez-Zor and 1 in Al-Hasaka. The local coordination committees could document 361 shelling points, 90 points were shelled using warplane, 2 by Scud missiles, 2 surface-to-surface missiles, 3 points were targeted by the detonating barrels, while 2 points by cluster bombs. Artillery shelling was recorded in 175 points, 83 points by mortar, and missile shelling targeted 92 points in different areas in Syria. The FSA clashed with the regime forces in 147 locations, where targeted Nisrin Street in Tadamun neighborhood in Damascus with mortars, and targeted the Brigade 93 with local-made missiles in Ain Isa and sieged it in Raqqa. Also, FSA targeted the area of Dabbagat nearby the Barrack of Masharqa in Damascus and hit the checkpoint of Mujaybil and targeted Brigade 175 with mortars in Izra in Dara. The Free Syrian Army also destroyed several machineries and vehicles for the regime in several cities in Syria. We will start from Damascus this time. Heavy shelling on the neighborhoods of Al-Qabun and Jobar and Barza, as also the neighborhoods of Al-Qadam and Al-Assali and the Yarmouk refugee camp, have been also under heavy shelling. Heavy battles between the Free Syrian Army and the Assad forces in the city of Daraya, which resulted in several deaths among the Assad forces. Meanwhile, the Assad forces have shelled the city of Ma'adamit al-Sham as they used rocket launchers and heavy artillery. Heavy bombardments also on the cities of Douma and Arbin and Yelda and Babila, which resulted in several marches and injured people. Moving to the province of Deir ez-Zor, the FSA have targeted the area of Al-Jubayliya, which resulted in several deaths among the Assad forces, as they have entered the villages of Al-Shihail and Al-Tayyani, which resulted in dozens of killed soldiers of the Assad forces. A spokesman of the Free Syrian Army have declared that the FSA have taken control of Al-Kubr nuclear building, as he said that the rebels are prepared to negotiate with the international community to investigate this building. He added that the Free Syrian Army has formed a committee of soldiers and members of the province to protect the building. Moving to Daraa, the Free Syrian Army has addressed a convoy of the Assad forces that was on his way to Daraa from Damascus, which resulted in the destruction of its vehicles. Moreover, the Assad forces have shelled the Al-Qusur neighborhood in Daraa, as also the villages of Busr al-Harir, al-Mayadin, al-Harak, and Al-Jisa and also Al-Taiba were under heavy shelling, which resulted in several marches among civilians. Moving to the northern area, and this time from Aleppo, heavy battles in the 4th neighborhood of Al-Hamdaniya neighborhood between the Free Syrian Army and the Assad forces, which resulted in several soldiers killed of the Assad forces. The battles also continued in Sab'a Bahrat neighborhood and Al-Ashrafiyya, as other areas in Aleppo city have been under heavy shelling. Moreover, the people are still trying to recover the bodies from under the rubble in the neighborhood of Ard al-Hamra that has been under heavy bombardments, as the Assad forces have used Scud missiles to shell the area. In the province of Idlib, the rebels have shelled Al-Ram checkpoint and the student home buildings. They have shelled the area with mortars. On the other side, heavy bombardments on Al-Bara and Iblin using Vozlika artillery that is located in Al-Ma'asra checkpoint. Moreover, heavy bombardments on the villages of Al-Nayrab and Has, which resulted in several marchers. In Hama, the rebels have attacked the Al-Shnabariya, which resulted in several deaths among the soldiers of Assad. Meanwhile, the Assad forces have shelled the village of Kafr-Mbuda using heavy artillery and rocket launchers, which resulted in several deaths among the civilians. The shelling also reached the city of Kafr Zeta and the village of Tel Kram. The Assad forces are still surrounding the city of Kafr Zeta in Hamas countryside as heavy battles took place there. In Homs, the rebels have attacked Al-Hajjana base in Al-Juwaysiyya in Homs countryside near to the Lebanese border, as they killed several soldiers of the Assad forces. Meanwhile, the Assad forces have shelled the cities of Talbisa and Al-Rastan and Al-Hula as they used MiG airstrikers. In Al-Qunaitra, the rebels were able to capture a colonel of the Assad forces as they have also shelled the headquarters of the Ba'ath party in Khan Arnaba. Moving to Al-Raqqa, the Free Syrian Army is still surrounding the 93rd Brigade as they try to liberate it. Moreover, the rebels were able to target Al-Tabaqa airport as they used mortars, which resulted in heavy destruction of the airport. In Latakia, heavy shelling on the margins of Latakia from the checkpoint that is located in Kassab. Heavy battles also in the countryside of Latakia between the Free Syrian Army and the Assad forces, which resulted in several deaths among the soldiers of the Assad regime. General news now. According to Reuters, the United States condemned a Syrian Army Scud missile attack that killed dozens of people on Friday in the city of Aleppo, and invited the Syrian opposition for talks on finding a negotiated settlement to the conflict. A State Department statement said the attack on the district of Aleppo and other assaults, such as strikes on city blocks and a field hospital, were the latest demonstrations of the Syrian regime's ruthlessness and its lack of compassion for the Syrian people it claims to represent. This was it for today. I am Marwan Kadra, along with me, Executive Manager, Islam al-Idli. Thank you very much for listening. Please follow us on freesyriaradio.webs.com. You can also reach us through Skype on Syrian24. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Right now, we will broadcast for you the news in English on Radio Free Syria.